Hey friends, welcome back to Our Gray House and my tiny Tex-Mex painting series where we're celebrating Texas and Mexican culture one tiny watercolor at a time. Today we're going to be painting some blue bonnets and we're going to first talk about supplies. So of course I have my little Semel Art sketchbook. It's been working really well for this little project. I have 2 cups of water over here, a towel. I have my Daniel Smith watercolor paints, and today we're going to be using the Filbert paintbrushes. I have a size 8 and a size 6. They make different marks, and so I'll show you that before we actually get started. And oh, and I have a little spritzer bottle to activate my paints, which I'll do right now. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and I'm going to sketch my stuff first, so let me get out my pencil. And let me get my kneaded eraser. There we go. I think that's what we need for now. If I think of something else, well, then we'll just grab it. So, I think I'm going to go back and title each one and put the date in the bottom. But so far, I'm just really liking this little book. I am going to sketch out a pre-sketched out look. I've been working on stuff. So, I'm going to do 3 blue bonnets, and I want them to, I like to do things in uneven sets. For example, 3 or 5 of something or 7. But since I paint tiny, I don't know that we need 7. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of follow my little guide that I have here and do 1, do 2, and then do 3. Okay, and that gives us an idea of where the stems of the blue bonnets are going to be. And then I'm going to put like a little, it almost looks kind of like a corn dog shape or something, but I'm just going to go over this. And I'm going a little bit darker than I normally would because I want you guys to see what I'm doing. And then 2 things that I thought of doing. I have been sketching and then using my brush pen to go, oh, I'm going to use a brush pen today. I forgot about that. I've been using my brush pen to go ahead and start the outline. I don't know that I want to do the outline right now. I think I want to wait until after I paint, but I don't know. It's kind of I want to kind of do it at the end just to kind of see where everything lands, because I kind of want to let the brush do a lot of the work, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of, I don't care that some of the pencil marks, but here's the thing. If you don't erase your pencil marks, it's going to show up under the paint. So if that bothers you, then make sure to erase everything. But I still can kind of see where I'm going to be putting the marks. And I think I'm going to start with the larger one first. And I'm going to be taking kind of a mixture. Let me make a little puddle for myself here too. This is French ultramarine blue, and I've got that going here. And then blue bonnets are a couple different colors, you know, in nature. And I'm going to take some of this. This is quinacridone purple. And you see how my little palette's not, it's kind of beating up there. That's because this palette is a little bit newer. I thought I broke it in by now, but anyway, we're just gonna do that. That's quinacridone purple, and the way to lighten up the color is to just add more water. So if I just added some water to the side here and kind of mixed a little bit of that purple, it's going to get a real pretty color. If I put some water over here and added a touch of blue, pulled in some of the purple, you see, I mean, you can just kind of mess with your colors and do whatever colors make you happy. You don't have to do blue just because blue bonnets are blue, but you can do whatever color you want to. In fact, let me just show you, we are going to be using green. So let me think. I think I'm going to do a combination of olive green. I don't really have space on my palette, do I? I'll just put it right here. Olive green, and that's not the right color. I didn't move it yet. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's supposed to be tiger's eye. Even as I dipped into it, I knew it wasn't tiger's eye. That's funny. I wanted kind of a, yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work fine. It'll be fine. So let me take That's a pretty color too. This is Sleeping Beauty. I think it's called Sleeping Beauty Genuine. These are all Daniel Smith watercolor paints, but use whatever paints that you have on hand. And you're going to take the filbert brush and you're just going to basically tap it down like that. And you can also use this. See, you can't even see that. Hang on, let me get a different color. So if you tap it down, or you can do kind of on the side, like, and make a little bit bigger, different mark. So I don't know if it's bigger, but that's what we're just going to play around with it. I'm going to go for it. I'm a little bit behind on filming, so I am just going to go for it and kind of use this as my reference to how I'm wanting to lay out these paintings. So like I said, I have, after I'm done, I'm going to go back and I'll sketch the other side because I am liking having that other sketch on the side. I think I want to go down. What do I want to do? Just kind of want to play, really. And I'm just making like little marks. I want to switch to the smaller one. Yeah, a little bit smaller because we're working in a smaller space, so that kind of makes sense. I feel like I'm kind of messing it up, but I think I'm gonna have to come back in and like fix it, clean it up with the pen detail that I add at the end. And I'm just gonna make marks, and I'm not gonna worry about really it being perfect or not perfect or looking exactly how I originally intended, because it's just, I'm not going to worry about that. I mean, you can if you want to, but I feel like that's just adding stress, and I don't really want the stress. I wanted this to be kind of relaxing. And I'm not, this one is too much going on together. This is giving me a little bit more freedom and a little bit more room to kind of work in. And that's really what I would want. Maybe I can kind of clean these up. Maybe I can mess them up further. It's hard to tell. Is there a difference? I don't know. I'm kind of messing up here now because I'm talking too much and not really thinking about what I'm doing beforehand. I should have had a little bit better plan, but you know, I mean, that's kind of where we are. That's where we're gonna land right here, okay? And then I'm gonna take that green color and I'm going to tap off a little bit, and I'm going to kind of just like make some marks at the top here for the top part of the bluebonnet. And not really, see, that wasn't like super fancy doing this. And then I'm going to make a couple marks like down here to give the impression of the stem, and like that, and like this, and like that. And I am going to kind of pull back now because this is the part where I would ordinarily do too much. And I need to kind of like let this dry first. Now, if I had if I had used my brush pen in the beginning and then just kind of colored it in with the watercolor like I've done on the previous ones, this might have turned out, or it would have turned out differently for sure. But that's okay, because part of the joy of watercolor is the exploration and just the process of getting from start to finish. And I'm trying to make these shorter so that way, you know, you at home can follow along. And I am gonna look at my reference that I sketched out earlier to kind of know what I want to. And with the brush pen, the thing about the brush pen, let me show you. So like, it's not making it, the more pressure you push, it makes the different marks, okay? It's very, very similar to a brush, paintbrush. It's called a brush pen. And it usually has a B somewhere on it, so you know it's a brush pen. Anyway, I don't see this one, but it's a brush pen, I'm telling you right now. Oh my goodness. This video feels very chaotic. It's fine. We're fine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now just kind of sketch around these shapes to kind of pull this back in, because, you know, I kind of lost it somewhere along the way. And, you know, I mean, I think it's going to be fine. And, you know, I don't mind it not looking perfect. I know some of y'all might be, oh my gosh, you messed it up so much, but it's okay. When you make it, if you make it at home, then you can do whatever way you want to do it. And I won't even say anything. I'll say, like, oh, good job. Good job, friend. And I'm just going around. I'm not trying to necessarily do it perfectly or anything. I feel like, you know, that we can leave the perfection at the door. It'll be okay. I'll just go like that. You see, you kind of know what it is. I feel like this needs one down here. You know, like a little petal down there. And I tried to Google, whoa, see that got a little thick. That's fine though. I tried to Google like the shape. I'm used to seeing bluebonnets, and especially during bluebonnet season here in Texas, that's like the thing to go take your picture in the bluebonnets. And so I know what they look like, but you know, I'm not a realistic drawer. Yeah, drawer. Drawer. And so that's why I kind of looked up how they were supposed to look, so that way I could, you know, hopefully get a little bit more accurate, kind of accurate. But I'm really just following my brush shapes, my brush strokes that I made, and kind of letting that be my guide. And there you go. I kind of like it. I think what I'm going to do is step back for a second. And I'm going to kind of reassess if I need to add like a little bit more, because this feels like a very flat color right now. And I feel like it needs a little bit more something in there. I don't know, but I got to make sure this is dry first. All right, I think I'm going to add some of this blue. I actually really like that Sleeping Beauty Genuine color. I think I'm going to add just like little strokes here, like that. And not on all of them, just some of them. Kind of make them look a little more blue, because those were looking a little more too purple. I don't mind the color variation, and I've seen color variation, but I wanted them to be a little bit more blue. I think that looks nice. I really do like that. Maybe with the blue, the purple underneath, it's making it look better to me. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. And see, I'm starting to do too much. Can't stop, won't stop. I don't know why. I just like playing with the color. Okay, now I think I do need to add leaves. Let me take a step back, let this dry, and I'll be right back. Now let me get some of this green. And this is Tiger's Eye Genuine, and this is olive green. Didn't need that much, but you know, whatever. It's fine. I kind of want to switch to a round brush though. So the leaf shape is like, from what I can tell, because I kind of looked it up just now, the leaf shape is like this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves coming out like that. So almost kind of like a star shape looking thing. So I'm not going to go for that. That's going to be a little bit too much for me to really kind of master. So I'm going to just do some flicks out. Whoa, that was kind of not what I was going for. Just kind of putting some, you know, some green color more than worrying about, oh, well, I don't like that. I don't like that, but I already did it. Dang it. Oh, well. Maybe I'll just kind of do greenery, you know, like not worry about somebody. I can hear somebody in the background going, stop, oh my God, stop. But I've already kind of committed to making it just kind of like that. We're just gonna, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix this now. You know what I could do? I could just add the brush pen. Like, maybe I'll do that. I'll just kind of make it green down here and add brush pen. How about that? We're going to do that. Here's the brush pen to save the day. But I do need to dry this first. And also, while it is still drying, I'm going to go ahead and put my colors that I used over here. And in my little sketch that I do as a reference sketch, I'm not going to include the leaves because leaves, I don't like them right now. Maybe I'll like them in a minute, but I don't like them right now. And that's okay. We don't have to like everything we do, right? At least I don't think we do. All right, I think it's dry enough. Yeah, it's dry. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me practice. How about if I practice? Could do like a line down from the stem of the bluebonnet, and then do like that and flick out, and then do 1, 2, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like to give the impression of the leaf. I think that's what we're going to go for. Wish me luck. Okay, so I am not a professional. I'm trying to show you that you can have fun doing watercolor and it doesn't have to turn out perfectly every single time. You know, I mean, unless that's your thing. But I just do this to relax, and you know, that's why I don't worry about this too much. And I'm going to do one coming like that. One going like that. Yeah, we'll just do that. Then one like that. And one like that. And one like that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Already I'm liking it a little bit more. Still not what I wanted, but you know, that's okay. I'm going to do one. That's not the leaf shape, but that's fine. I think that it's like longer like that, you know. Maybe if I just do, see, that one was way too thick. It's fine. I think that'll be okay. We can work with it, you know what I'm saying? 2. I think they're supposed to have like 5 leaves. Mine are not going to have 5. It's going to be fine. We're just going to make leaf shapes and call it a leaf. And if the leaf police show up, then I'll plead my case. But I'm not going to worry about it right now, because I don't think the leaf police are coming to my door. And if they do, I'll say, it's my art, it's my rules. You know what? That didn't turn out fine, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. What I did was have fun. I actually really like how the bluebonnets came out. The leaves, not so much, but that's fine. We don't always have to turn out perfect. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today. I'll make the sketch on the other side, and I'll show you that after I'm done. But thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate the company while I paint in my studio, and hope you come back tomorrow for World Watercolor Month, Day 5. I think we're on. I think it's on day 5. This is day 4. Day 4. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.